What's happening in housing market in Grifton, North Carolina, May 2025?
We do these videos for you every single month so we can stay updated on what's happening right here and right now in our housing market. Not necessarily what's happening in the national news, not what's happening in some sort of settlement situation. It's really what are the numbers, what's happening here so we can make informed decisions for home buying and home selling.
Exactly. Therefore, we're going to focus on inventory first in Grifton, North Carolina housing market. And part of it is the active homes. The number of active homes in April 2025 that we have the data was 9. A month before that in March was 11, and last year at this time was 15, which put us at 40% decrease from last year to this year.
Now, not all that new construction is hitting the MLS, so we are missing some data in the MLS. Now, under contract pending, all those homes, let's talk about it. April 2025, there were 6. March, 8. Last year at this time, 9. So it's actually down 33%.
And also, if you wanted to get the whole picture, we need to talk about also the number of houses sold in Greenville, North Carolina. And that number was in Grifton. It was 7 homes in Grifton sold in April, and in March was 9. Last year was 6. Still, we have 16.7% increase from last year to this year in Grifton, North Carolina housing market.
Now we're going to talk about inventory rate next. Inventory rate is active plus pending divided by sold. It's a math formula. Why does that matter for you as a home buyer or home seller? Well, this math formula tells us how fast or how slow the market is. Typically, if it's closer to the 0, under 6, seller's market. If it's way above 6, buyer's market. Around that 6 market, it's a balanced market, and Grifton is definitely more of a seller's market.
Exactly. 2.14 months in April 2025, 2.11 months in March 2025, and last year was 4 months, which put us at 46.5% decrease in the inventory rate in Grifton, North Carolina.
Now let's talk about days on market list price, median price, appreciation with the mean home value, the rental market, and so much more after our introduction. But first, let's hit it. Now, let's talk about days on market.
Now that we came back, we wanted to talk about average days on the market, how much it takes, how long does it take to get the house get listed and get it sold. And that number was 15 days in April 2025, super fast. In the March this summer was 81 days, huge jump. And last year was 62 days at this point. Therefore, from last year to this year, where the days on market got shorter by 75% and 81.
That's crazy. Okay, now let's talk about median list price. Now, it's when it's entered into the MLS, how much is it entered in for? And this is, when it's first entered. So with April 2025, the median list was $265,000. March, $204,990. Last year at this time, $215,000. So it's actually up 23.6%.
On the other side, we wanted to talk about median sold price, how much these houses sold. But these two numbers, median list price and sold price, are not relevant. They are just simply middle number in that Excel sheet. And saying that $212,490 was for months of April 2025. In March, this number was $199,990. And last year at this time was $272,450, which put us at 22.01% decrease from last year to this year.
Now we're going to talk about price per square foot. And in Grifton, we don't really have townhomes or condos at the filming of this video to talk about. So what we're going to do is just focus on those single family homes. Now, price per square foot, if you're looking at those brand new constructions in Grifton, which do exist, we're talking on average $187 a square foot.
And if you just focus on pre-owned home, which simply is at the moment single family home, we are talking about $127 per square feet.
Which is not bad. So now let's talk about new construction. How much of the market is actually in Grifton new construction? In April 2025, it was 0.6 months of supply, and in March it was also the same.
Although the consistency has been seen In a brand new construction, on pre-owned, we had a little bit of jump, meaning that in March 2025, we had 1.1 months of the supply for the pre-owned, and in April we had 1.9 months, which had a good increase by 72.73% in housing market of Grifton, North Carolina.
Now we're going to talk about the mean home value. Mean is a mathematical formula where they're going to factor out the outliers to really see what's happening in the middle with percent changes. So we factor out in real estate, we're going to factor out the mansions, factor out the shacks, and really kind of look at what is happening in the middle to really look at what the weighted average mean home value, which is generally considered appreciation.
Exactly. Therefore, $174,698, that was for April 2025. The mean home value in Grifton, North Carolina, $174,831 for March 2025. Last year was $163,422. Which put us at how much?
At one of the highest in Pitt County, honestly. Yeah, it's a year-over-year change of 6.9%.
I think it's the highest one, really.
There we go. Now, let's talk about the rental market. The rental market is basically how much are houses going for in rent in the average area. So the median rent for all bedrooms, all types in Grifton, which are all going to be single family homes, was $1,447. This goes up to $1,650. So the month over month change is $47. And at $1,500 a month, that is quite a lot of money, to be entirely honest, for rent. So if you're paying $1,500 and you're looking to buy a home, we could honestly be talking about that new construction in Grifton that you could be paying. So I can't wait to talk to you about that.
And if you're a home seller, definitely there's a link below that you can book a Calendly with us, that we can have a 15-minute conversation. And also in the description below, still we have a very comprehensive seller's guide that we can go over step by step, and how my wife and I, with the more than 15 years digital marketing, especially my wife, that we can help you to get the top dollar for you for your house in Grifton, North Carolina. And don't forget to subscribe in our channel, and don't forget also watch all the videos in playlist. We love to connect with you, and see you next time.